guys? So we're back with another with Jackie. That's what we're calling it, right? So. That's what we're doing, all right? So Jackie's back, right? She's gonna go over, what are we doing today?
Today we're talking about hydration and performance.
Let's get into it.
Hey guys, it's the Fight Nutritionist, and like we said earlier, today we're talking about hydration and performance. So real quick, I want to talk about the importance of replacing water after we exercise. So we know that when we exercise, our bodies heat up. In order to release that heat from our bodies, we sweat. When we sweat, we lose electrolytes, we're losing fluids, and those fluids are important for a couple of reasons. First off, our blood is 92% water. When we exercise, our blood flow increases to deliver oxygen and nutrients to working muscles. So when we're dehydrated, our blood volume decreases, which means decreased delivery to our working muscles and tissues. Some impacts of dehydration on performance are going to be a few things. So again, like we said, when we exercise, our heart rate rises. So especially in really hot and humid environments, when we're dehydrated, it can cause cardiovascular strain. We also utilize a lot more glycogen. So when we're dehydrated, we break down the glycogen, like we talked about before, is that stored form of carbohydrates in our muscles. So we burn through our energy sources faster. It causes fatigue. It decreases aerobic performance. And a really big one is that it leads to decreased blood perfusion to our brain. So again, our brain relies exclusively on the blood and the nutrients that is circulating through our body in order to keep ourselves alert and active. So when we're dehydrated, the metabolism and everything that goes on in our brain is going to be decreased as well. Also, again, when we have that decreased blood perfusion to the brain, that's what's going to cause dizziness, lightheadedness, headaches, which are also common signs of dehydration. So how much water loss leads to a decrease in performance? A lot of studies show that a loss of 3% or greater of your body fluids leads to a decrease in aerobic performance. So to put that into a little bit more perspective for you, for someone who weighs 150 pounds, that's going to be about 4 or 5 pounds of water loss. So for a lot of you guys, especially if you live in hot and humid environments like me, if you live in Florida, if you participate in sports that take place outside, sweat rates are going to be increased because of the humidity. As exercise intensity increases, sweat rates are going to be decreased. So for a lot of guys, after a workout, a 1 hour, 2 hour workout outside, you can lose a lot more than 4 to 5 pounds of water. So again, just this small amount can lead to a decrease in performance. So how are some ways that we can ensure we're staying properly hydrated? First and foremost, it's going to sound a little gross, but checking the color of your urine. So typically when you're dehydrated, that means you're going to have a lot more solutes in your urine, making it a darker color. So anything that's that dark yellow color probably means you're dehydrated. You want to aim for a light lemonade color. So, making sure, that you're constantly, every time you're going to the bathroom, checking the color of your urine is going to be really important. Another way to kind of gauge about how much water you're losing every workout, weigh yourself before and after your workouts. That's going to be really important so you know how much water to replace. There's also a couple guidelines. So in the world of sports nutrition that we say after exercise, we want to replace 150% of fluids lost after exercise. To put that into more perspective, that's going to equate to about 16 to 24 ounces of water per pound of body weight lost. For those of us, if we're exercising outside or we're heavy sweaters, if we're losing more than that 3% body weight, we could also be losing a lot of electrolytes too. If you're losing about more than 3% of your body weight in water, we do want to add electrolytes. So things like Pedialyte packets, electrolyte solutions to a water bottle are great. Adding a 1/4 teaspoon or a pinch of salt to the water is going to be really beneficial. Water also follows salt and sugar. Consuming, salty carbohydrates after a workout is going to be really good with the water that you're drinking as well. All right, so just to recap, guys, when we exercise, our body heats up. In order to release that heat, we sweat. And in the sweat, we're losing water and electrolytes, so it's imperative that we replace them as soon as possible. Drinking during your workouts and then replacing those fluids after your workouts as well. We want to minimize the amount of water that we're losing. We want to add electrolytes if we're working out outside. If you're in a hot environment and you're working out at high intensities, those sweat rates are probably increased. So we want to make sure that we're replenishing all of our fluids as much as possible. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it for today. Like the video, leave comments, subscribe to the page. If you have questions or comments, follow me on Instagram at The Fight Nutritionist. See you guys later.